And those two niches alone made me over $50,000. And that was over a very, very short period of time, less than 3 months. Welcome to this video where I want to tell you my most popular niches, what they were, how much money they made, do they still make money, and what are the most popular niches nowadays. Before I give you all of this juicy information, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It does wonders and it will get this video a lot more views, which I would really, really appreciate. So let's try and get to 300 likes in the next 24 hours, because so far we have smashed that goal when we tried it previously. So let's start with my two most popular print-on-demand niches. They were superpowers and names. Now let me go into them in a bit more detail. You may see a lot of I'm a what's your superpower nowadays, but quite a few years ago I started selling those. I'm a bartender, what's your superpower? I'm an engineer, what's your superpower? And I don't want to say I was the first, but I was among some of the first people to start selling that kind of design, that kind of trend, and it blew up. I mean, these t-shirts flew off the shelves, or I guess off the little pixels because people bought them online. But besides the point, they sold like hotcakes. It was amazing. Here are some that I did. Now, I did this for over 50 different job titles. I can't even remember all those job titles right now. After looking at the trademark website, the superpower part of the superpower trend is actually trademarked now, which is just crazy to think. It wasn't trademarked back in the day, and it's crazy to think that someone can trademark this phrase. It's ridiculous actually. But anyways, so when I did it for 50 different job titles: bartenders, teachers, electricians, artists, photographers, videographers, all of them. And I just advertised them like crazy, and it was amazing. My second most popular niche or trend at the time were names, and this is where you had like Team Morris, or I'm a Morris, what's your superpower? Or I'm Team Morris, something like that, right? And I did this with so many names, and this was back in the day when you could actually target people's specific name on Facebook, like Taylors and Morrises and any other kind of surname that you could possibly think of. I was targeting so many different people, and these ads were not only the most targeted ads I've ever done in my entire life, but these t-shirts sold faster than anything else I've ever tried selling. Nowadays, you can't really do it as well as you used to be able to do it. What people do is they do I'm a I'm a Lance, what's your superpower? And then when you go to checkout, you can actually choose the name that shows up on the t-shirt, which is a very cool idea. However, it's not as good, because the reason why it was so good back in the day is because you were able to target everyone with the same surname. So you got comments of like thousands of people being like, oh, tagging their whole families and then tagging their cousins, and then people being like, are we related? What's going on here? This is mental. The whole thing was just an absolute crazy time. And those two niches alone made me over $50,000. And that was over a very, very short period of time, less than 3 months. That's how crazy the world of print-on-demand can be. You hit a good niche and you go wild with that niche, it could be life-changing. So, do I still make money from these two trendy designs? The superpower one and the name one? Well, in all honesty, no, I don't. And this is why I'm not the biggest print-on-demand fan, because I like something that's a lot more sustainable, evergreen, and long-term. And I feel with print-on-demand, it's very much about trends, okay? And I feel like everyone teaching it, or not just people teaching it, but everyone doing it, people push trends. They say, go for trends, that's how you're going to make money, that's how you're going to get sales. And I mean, it's true, you will make money and you will get sales with trends, but I like the idea of creating a business that isn't solely based around what's hot now. I want to create a business that will sell a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 50 years down the line. Maybe not 50, that's a bit of a reach there, but I want to basically have a business that will last me a very long time, not a couple of months or maybe 6-7 months, a year. That's not enough time, right? That's not enough time to plan. That's not enough time to really do anything crazy. And I was on the low end. There were people selling the same niches as me, selling millions and millions worth. It was ridiculous. I was in a group with other print-on-demand sellers at the time, and some of these people were just selling so many t-shirts. And that's because they had much bigger budgets, had much bigger ad budgets. They could spend a lot more money and bring in a lot more customers. I was just using what I had at the time. I was only 18 at the time, so I didn't have that much money, 18, 19, so I didn't have that much money. And it was ridiculous to see what other people were doing. Now, don't get me wrong. I know when I say, you know, print on demand, I'm not the biggest fan. You know, it's difficult, it's mostly trends. There are a lot of people, and I do know quite a few people who are in print on demand in a very evergreen way. So their design will sell for the next couple of years. You know, they will keep selling their designs, and they have solidified their position in the print on demand world, right? Whereas a lot of people, I don't want to say most, but I want to say a lot of people do just focus on trends and focus on the here and the now. What I do think is to kickstart your print on demand journey, maybe focus on trends, but try and get out of it really, really quickly and move on to evergreen, long-lasting design. So those were my 2 most popular niches. Now, as well as giving you some nice history lesson about Shimmy Morris's life, I want to give you some actionable content that you can go away with and actually hopefully start making some money. So let's talk about what niches are big in the here and now. Niche number 1 is puns. Okay, now this is hardly a niche or a trend, but it's very broad, but puns do really, really well. They're very funny. You've got Christmas puns, you've got animal puns, you've got puns for everything. And whenever I do see a pun t-shirt on Redbubble or Amazon or whatever, like I think they're so good, they're so funny, and they sell so well. They've got good BSRs on Amazon, they're trending on Redbubble, you know, they've got good reviews, they just do well. There's so many ways to go and find t-shirts that you can go and sell as well. You can look at books. So I've got a whole book full of puns. Okay, you can use that. You can use websites to find puns. You can have a look at what other puns people are doing, see if they're trademarked, and then design them in your own way, make them a bit better, or hopefully make them a bit better, and then sell them like that. I mean, it's just the door is so wide open for everyone to get involved in this specific niche. Niche number 2 is very similar to my previous niche, which is jobs. Jobs is still very relevant, and I know I did jobs with superpowers, but jobs is still a very, very relevant niche. You can do job t-shirts within Christmas. You can do job t-shirts for so many different subtopics and sub-niches, and you know, okay, the list is endless. But again, the best way to find these designs is literally to search for job titles. So search job title t-shirt, I'm a bartender t-shirt, have a look at what everyone else is doing. You'll find so many different designs. Make sure they're not trademarked, and then see if you can kind of make your own version of these. Don't steal anyone's, because I'm not a fan of people stealing other people's work. It's not cool. It's just not cool. But anyways, so that's another huge one. Jobs and puns. Those are 2 very, very popular niches right now. So go off and actually try and create some evergreen designs. Maybe not even evergreen, maybe create some trendy designs as well, just to kickstart your income. But make sure, most importantly, to also go and create evergreen, because you want to ensure your income isn't short term. You want it to be a very long term thing. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me tell you about a lovely story of my print on demand history. Really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments down below. I've got way more stories. I would love to actually tell more stories and kind of storify is not a word, Shimmy, kind of like turn a lot of these videos into fun, exciting, engaging stories. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video, and yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in tomorrow's.